So Geburah is the fifth Sephiroth on the Tree of Life, and it's directly across from Chesed. So Geburah is what it translates to is strength, or might, or power. It kind of means all three of those ish. And the planet associated with it is Mars. So Mesopotamian wise, we like to say Nergal. So it's reality, force, and motion, will, and volition. It's the vision of power, or unlocking your true will. Its obligation is courage. Its illusion is invincibility. Its virtue is courageous behavior. Its vice is unwarranted destruction and cruelty. Its element is fire. The image that it is depicted with is a warrior in a chariot. The archetypes that go with it are the warrior and deities of the forge. So we can say Gibil possibly. Um, Other deities are Nergal, Ares, Mars, Athena, Minerva, the Furies, Horus, Sekhmet, Mot, Ninurta, Braun, Morrigan, Maka, Tyr, Thor, Kali, and Durga. The archangel associated with Geburah is Kamael, which is the archangel of strength. See a theme here. The order of angels is the seraphim, which were they were the ones that if I remember right, they were the ones with the flaming swords that guarded the Garden of Eden when Adam and Eve were kicked out. But you know that whole story is well, according to a lot of research and stuff, that story is crap. But neither here or there. We're gonna continue. Um, the metal associated with it, think war, iron, right? Weapons. The musical note is F sharp. The plant is the cactus. Once again, think the cactus defends itself with its barbs, right? Stones associated with it are ruby, bloodstone, and carnelian. The incenses or things to burn with it is tobacco, dragon's blood. The animal is interestingly the basilisk. So let's see. Geburah basically has to do with breaking things down for a higher purpose. Its severity, it is the center of the pillar of severity, and we'll get more into the pillars later on in these in these Tree of Life videos. It's devoid of mercy and balanced by Chesed, because once again, each of the sides of the tree balance each other out. Geburah is in touch with primal power and courage, and abuse of power comes back to bite you. Let's see what else do I got in here. So it's associated with destructive weather events like earthquakes, tsunamis, hurricanes, stuff like that. And its energy is a stimulant energy. So it takes what is being manifested down the line from Kether towards Malkuth, and it gives it that drive, right? So I was trying to think of what I had a train of thought halfway through reading my list here, but Geburah being associated with Mars, and if we kind of associate it with the gate walking, we're talking about knowing where to put your energy, knowing where to put your drive, knowing exactly what kind of energy to put into something where you can push people or you can push things, but you push too hard and you can hurt people's feelings or you can break stuff. You want to get stuff done, but you don't want to force it. The other thing is, if you have a lot of gusto and power and things like that, you can kind of be too full of it, and therefore, one, turn people off, and two, be blinded by your own ideas of, I know what I'm doing, which is that whole idea of burning yourself out, or the idea that you're invincible, because let's face it, no one is, and just because you have a lot of knowledge or a lot of power and you know what you're doing, that kind of sets up blind spots in a way. I've met so many people that think that they're so spiritually involved when really it just makes them kind of sound like idiots. We were actually talking about this earlier today, where, when you know your stuff and you are getting your stuff done, that's great. But one of those ideas is to always stay humble about it, because if you get too consumed by your own power, it's like Oh, I made a fire. Oh, the fire's keeping me warm. Oh, the fire's protecting me from things. Oh, the fire's burning everything down. This is bad. Get the idea? Yeah. So that's Geburah in a nutshell, pretty much. Um, and I did drop some notes about Nurgle with the gate walking in my previous gate walking videos. But when we are working through this part of the tree of life, let's say, when you are going through the gate walking, a lot of the focuses are on your passions, your drives, and your ability to push yourself, and what you do in terms of in terms of not necessarily career, but what drives you. What drives you to do good? What drives you to do bad? What drives you to bring good things into your life, and what drives you to bring destructive forces into your life? That energy of getting towards stuff, going through the obstacles, can lead to good things and it can lead to bad things. So you really have to understand what your own drives are and direct your energy towards the right things. Because if you're going towards the wrong things, it's going to eventually turn around and bite you in the ass. Yeah. So let me know what you guys think about my little chat with Geburah here, and let me know what you think about it. Remember, I am not a Tree of Life expert. This is just a compilation of a bunch of different information that I was able to pull from various sources, and applying my knowledge of the Chaldean classical order of planets and the gate walking to the Tree of Life. So once again, I'm not an expert, but this stuff is pretty interesting to me. So you guys can let me know what you think down in the comments, or shoot me an email at priestthenecro@gmail.com. Remember, questions, comments, complaints, concerns, and issues are always welcome. However, if you hit the dislike button, you can, but why would you be here then? If you dislike any part of my video, please let me know about it, because I want to be able to improve in the future. And just hitting a dislike button doesn't make sense to me. Yeah. So yeah, I already gave the email spiel and everything. So if you guys want to connect with me on Facebook, my Facebook page is Magickology YT. You can also find a link to my Amazon authors page where I have my 4 books: Magical Theater, The Guide to the Spheres and Beyond, Magical Mechanics, and Handy Sigil Magic. You can also find a couple of videos on what my books are about on my books playlist, which you can find through my channel. You can also check out my other playlists, which are, if I could go through as many of them as I can think of, my Necronomicon playlist, where I talk about how to work through the Simon Necronomicon, my General Magic playlist, which goes over a lot of magic basics, my Tulpamancy playlist, which goes over the magical and psychological models of how to create a tulpa. I have a playlist on stones, a playlist on gods and goddesses, this playlist, which is the Tree of Life, and also my random playlist, which I think mostly has cat videos, which I should add more. I'm looking at one of my cats right now.